What's up, everybody? So the 2022 deer season's already here in South Carolina. It's coming up for a lot of you other guys out there. I don't claim to be a pro in any of this, but I'm going to be showing you a little bit of the gear I'm going to be using for the season. This is the most fun way to hunt, saddle hunting. I know it's a new trend. I know a lot of folks are doing it now. Everybody's posting about it, but guess what? They're right. It is totally fun. If you've never tried it, you should look into it. But then again, I don't want to give away all the secrets, because if everybody's saddle hunting, guess what? Then we all taking up space right out there in the woods. Review of what I'm going to be using this season. This is basically what I walk into the woods with. I mean, obviously I'm going to have my camo on, stuff like that, jacket, whatever it may be. But in terms of gear, this is generally what I use. Have my bow, my saddle, 2 dump pouches. I have a rappel rope because I'm going to do one sticking. On my back, I have my stick with my platform, and basically any gear that I need inside of my bag. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you is you may not want a one stick. I enjoy it because I love my pack is so much lighter, so much easier to maneuver, go where I want to go, get up and down the tree. I love the rappelling aspect of it. It's just fun. It just makes it fun. And if you're up for the adventure, you might want to give it a try. Hey, but you have to do it at your own risk. Safety is #1 key. Make sure your gear is safe. Check your gear. Make sure it's all right. So, a couple things I did want to point out. A lot of guys that are one sticking have a dump pouch. A couple dump pouches, but what I was going to show you was this rappel rope. So they have these roll-up pouches that you can get. You can buy them on Tethrd, I think sells them, but also this one I'm simply using a Night Eyes gear tie for my rappel rope. So when I get up into the tree and I want to wrap the rope that I'm actually, my tether that I'm around the tree here, when I get ready to rappel down the tree after I've hunted, okay, I can drop this rope, or I can take this rope and place it in my bag and still use it as a tether. I can keep it on me or put it in my bag in the tree. And it's a really convenient way of doing it. You don't have, if you're on a budget and you don't want to buy a rappel rope case to drop that rappel rope, you can use a Night Eyes gear tie, and you can kind of see what's going on there. Another thing that I use with my rappel rope, a lot of folks are using the Mad Rock safeguards. I wanted one, but whenever I went to order them during the whole COVID thing, they were hard to come by. I know a lot of y'all know that. I ended up going with the Mammut Smart 2.0. It works. I've heard really good things about the safeguard. I'd love to give it a try, but if you're on a budget and you need something, it works. But I do recommend that you use the extra knot for safety. Otherwise, if this Mammut, you hit it the wrong way, it's gonna slide, and very, very quickly. It scared me a couple times. I was safe, but I fell and dropped, and because I gave it a little too much slack and rolled with it. So anyway, just keep that in mind when you use these Mammuts, because again, it works. I've also used the figure 8 for rappelling, and I've also used where I've had my tether attached to the tree. Did not use the rappel rope during the hunt, but used just a regular tether. When I got ready to rappel, I switched the ropes on the tree. So I've done that before as well. That works. The good thing about running the rappel rope is when you're done, you don't have to switch ropes, and then there's always an element of danger when you're switching ropes. Another little hack, as I would call it, that you guys might want to look at for my linesman belt, I actually use a cargo strap, and you can actually get these from Walmart, this cargo strap. So I can throw this around the tree, take my carabiner, attach it. I don't know if I can get it attached. Attach it, and from there I have this linesman loop, and you'll notice when I need slack, I press it and I can get slack, or I can one hand tighten it up. And this is like $9 at Walmart. Again, it holds up to 400 pounds, or it might be 15. I don't even, honestly, I'll be honest, I do not even know what it holds up to. I know it's way more than my weight, and I've used it for, I know, one season. So, but anywho, that's one thing to try as well. Just a little hack that you guys might be interested in using. So, here I have my pull-up rope, and I basically use an old Army first aid pouch for my pull-up rope, and it is basically some 550 cord, and honestly it's the cheaper 550 cord. I got it from Walmart with a cheaper carabiner. Whenever I get ready to attach my bow, I attach this to my harness, and then I can drop, when I get ready to take on the tree, drop this down. I have a loop at the very end that I wrap around my bow. I go through the top pulley, and then at the end I make a girth hitch. Okay, if you're watching this, I make a girth hitch here, pull it tight here, okay, and now I can pull my bow up into the tree. So another little hack there. You don't need a lot of expensive gear to do this. You don't need to buy these pull-up ropes. I mean, you can if you want to. I have a pull-up rope that I bought specifically for hunting. I like the 550 cord. I like this because you can buy, you know, 50 feet, 100 feet, you know, these long amounts. And I also use this as a retrieval rope for my rappel rope. So not going to go into a lot of how to do all this. This is mainly for folks that kind of understand with the one sticking and some of the terminology, but you guys can kind of see what I'm running here. Also, let's see what else here. I have an extra tether here that's the tether that I've used when I wasn't using the rappel rope during the hunt. Okay, I've used the tether, and I have the Ropeman, the infamous Ropeman, as everyone likes to use. It's awesome, very awesome piece of equipment, and I can also use that as a linesman belt if I need to as well, okay? All right, so now let's talk transportation. Where are you gonna go? How are you gonna get in? How are you gonna get out? Well, you can always walk, okay? You can always run. You can always ride a regular bike. So one thing I ended up doing is I got an e-bike. Okay, I know, again, that's another trend I'm starting to see. An e-bike is an electronic bicycle, and it is run by a little motor, and they have them in different places. Now this e-bike is a hay bike. It is a 500 watt motor, and it's driven by this rear motor here. And basically I hook my deer cart to the back of the bike. When I go to my spot to hunt, what I'll do is I'll park my truck, I'll take my bike out, I can fold this thing up in the back seat, and if it's raining or whatever, I've got it in the back seat folded up, take it out, go to my spot. I'll park, I'll walk from there to where I'm actually gonna be hunting. When I get done, get down, get back to my truck real quick like. I'll use my deer cart that I'll tie to the back of this rack right here. I'll tie this on, and so if I have to pull a deer out, I can actually load that deer up on that deer cart and pull it out. But I do not carry this cart with me until I go back to the truck and get it if I need it for that hunt, because this thing rattles. I don't want to go out there with this thing rattling all over the place, scaring everything off. So, but I will take this bike. They have bikes that you can buy that are specifically made for hunting. Hey, feel free to spend that, but those things are super, super expensive. I got this specific bike for, I think, maybe $999, close to $1,000. I love it. My family loves it. We go riding our bikes even just through the summer, through the spring. We just ride the bike. But I also use it for hunting. So it's a great tool that you guys can use. You don't have to spend $7,000. You go into Bass Pro, these bikes are $7,000, $4,000. I mean, crazy amounts. Now, they might have a lot more features, you know, and that's great. But if you just need to get to and from your stand, maybe pulling a deer on a trail, something like this will work. I will be honest with you, this bike does not do well pulling a deer in the cart in the woods itself. It does better when you're on like a trail, when you're on a path, something with a little more hard surface. But if you're gonna try to roll through like with a four-wheeler ATV, this is not your ticket. But it gets you to and from the stand quietly without all that smell of fuel, with all that smell of exhaust, everything coming out of those ATVs. This is really, really quiet. Love it, enjoy it, tons of fun. Great investment for recreation, but also for hunting. So the deer cart that I'm using, something very simple, paid 60 bucks for it at Academy, and throw it together. When I go, I throw it in the back of the truck. If I need it, I can pull a deer out with it. Most of the time, obviously, like all of us, we don't use it, okay? Because we hunt more than we actually harvest a deer. So, but when I do need it, I have it, and I just hook it to the rack on the back of this bike. So, hope you guys enjoyed a little survey of what's going on. One thing I do recommend though, if you do look at an e-bike, this bike, like I said, it's a 500 watt. A 750 may do a little bit better in regards to pulling things out of the woods. Couldn't promise you, but one thing I will tell you is that this does the trick for me, and it was worth the money. So hit the like and subscribe button. Hopefully I can put out a few more videos. We'll see what happens. Have a great season.